Hi everybody. I know it's been a while since I've posted anything to my YouTube after I cleaned it out, but I had a lot of life changes, but I plan on being back and I will post this one hopefully. Okay, so today I had a revelation about myself. I was talking to my sister about planners and calendars and things, and how I get them, and then I'm overwhelmed by them, but I absolutely still love them, so I still buy them. Sorry, I'm getting robbed for some Reese's Pieces. Okay, just had a birthday recently, and my husband bought me a digital calendar, and it's great, but I haven't quite figured it all out. It is different. In ways, it's really fascinating and really nice because it's digital and it can link with Google Calendars if I used Google Calendars. I don't, but I might have to start. Sometimes grabbing an expo marker and just writing on the calendar is faster. So I do plan on switching over full time. It's in a spot, because it has to be plugged in all the time. It's in a spot that I just don't get to it and remember to use it. I'm still just grabbing the expo and writing on the family calendar. But I realized that I have this digital calendar, which is great. Right now it's just a glorified digital picture frame, which is really neat. I mean, the kids like watching it flip through the pictures that I put on it, but the plan was to use it and stop using the family calendar that I have. That way it's more uniform and more nice and just digital instead of, expo marker. So I have that on this wall, and then a little bit on the further side down of the wall, I have a dry erase board with a cork board at the bottom, and what I use it for is it's supposed to be reminders, so the kids can't always remember what order we do the chores in. We have chickens, dogs, and cats, so that's the order we do them in. If you've got chickens, the next day you've got dogs, and the next day you've got cats. If it's only 2 of y'all instead of the 3, then chickens and dogs go together, and then the cats is one chore because there's more to the cats with the feeding in the litter box and everything. There's more to the cats than just feeding water, dog, and chickens. And there's only one left, so she's not really producing eggs. So it's just, you throw those two together. Anyways, I've got things on it like make sure you take the donations to the store and donate those. I've got a note on there for taking large things outside to the shed, even though it doesn't always get done. That is the reminder board, and nobody really utilizes the cork board, so that one might need to come down. And everything I write on that one I could put in the digital calendar. On the wall nearest to the kitchen, I have the family calendar, and on that one it's school dates for when they're out or have early out. Football banquet just passed, that's on there. We've got picture day written on there. We've got when Dad travels to out of town for work. We've got things on there for doctor's appointments, and at the bottom of that one as well there's a cork board. And the kids use that one. So somebody's got up there that they need $5 to buy a new ID for school. Husband has his hunting citation pinned up there, so we remember that. There's a school calendar for one of the schools. We got 2 different school districts we have the kids going to, so we just have the one. I just haven't gotten the other one up there. I do have a digital version of the school calendar, so maybe I might need to put it on the digital calendar. And I mark that what bills are due when and how much. So that's 3 already. And then we've got in the hallway, completely optional to use. It's just there to help the kids remember things, but they each have their own board that say, don't forget your deodorant. Did you take your vitamins? One of them has an ADHD medication that he has to take, so I have that one on there for him to remember. Did you put your dirty clothes in the laundry? Did you do your chore for the day? Some of them use it, sometimes they don't, but they do like having the reminders, and they're like, oh, I didn't put deodorant on today, and they'll mark it off. and that's in the hallway. So I do have it's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's already 6 things, marking and tracking different things throughout the house, and it helps me organize, but at the same time, it's a lot. It's a lot to have just around. And that was the plan with the digital calendar, or at least that's what my husband thought. Now it's just another thing that is on the walls. But I have a tablet that I use for digital planners because I enjoy having a planner that I'm not going to mess up, and I can always erase and start over as many times as I need. And it's nice, and I use Pinly on my Android tablet. However, I just recently bought a new digital planner set, and it's from Voight. It's really cute, and it's 8-bit, very, very cute. But it does not work with Pinly, and I've noticed through the years that neither do PNG files for like sticker books, and I've always just ignored that, but I think getting that planner was my final straw, that I'm not able to use it with Pinly, and it's all hyperlinked, but none of it works the way that I want it to on the Android. So I bought, using Mercari, an iPad, and when that comes in, I'll get GoodNotes, and I'll download all the planners that I have and all the sticker books, and I'm going to be really excited to use it, so hopefully it works like I've seen it work online, and that'll eliminate the need for so many different planners. But while I was talking about that, I was filling out my physical planner. On this one, this is where the realization hit me, because I sent pictures of each and every one of the different reminder boards and calendars to my sister, and was like, haha, look how many things we've got around the house for planning. And then I would remember that I needed to journal down my food log for today, and it's just coffee, but it was enough to remind me that I needed to write it down, and I sent her pictures. So this is the flexitpink planner that I got a couple of years ago, and I wanted to start my year of health, but I got pregnant, so, and it was a very hard pregnancy, so I didn't start journaling in it. But it does have many different like pages for tracking, and it's exactly what I wanted out of a planner, for a physical planner, right? And you got all these different little things where you could fill them in. That's not the problem. The problem is that I get these planners and I'm so excited to use them that I fear messing them up. So what I've done is I get, and it's all subconscious thoughts, right? I'm not on purpose doing this so that I don't mess it up. What I did, and just today realized, was I got my sticky notes out, and I had, instead of writing in the planner like you're meant to, I have recorded different things on sticky notes. So I've got because it's a fitness planner, I have my measurements, and then for whatever reason I wrote down the moon phases. I have the weather tracked, literally down to, was it sunny, was it cloudy, what's the temperature, and what was the moon phase. I don't know. I don't know if I just needed something else to write down and track or what, but apparently I've written that down. I also have on there when I started my migraine injections this year. When did I schedule the payment for my Suburban? On this page, you can fill in different little tabs, and instead what I've done is taking the skinnier sticky notes and filled that in and placed it where it goes, but it's still me avoiding using the page. And then I've got the week of sides, and while it looks like one, what it is it's 1, 2, hold on, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 sticky notes, all layered with my food tracking, instead of using the page. And I don't know if it's pure fear of messing it up. I have no idea. Behind me, I have an entire tote filled with thousands of stickers, because the idea of starting a journal or a planner and making it my own and decorating it between, you know, stickers that I find at Walmart that I like, or the Happy Planner stickers. I have so many stickers. There's probably thousands of stickers, all planner based, that I'm really excited to use, and then I'm scared to use them because once I use them, I don't have them anymore. And I guess that's the thing with this planner, is it's completely undated, which is fantastic because it can potentially be reusable. It shouldn't be, right? Because it's not digital. It's a physical notebook planner, and I'm, for whatever reason, so scared of messing it up. And that's not the only one I have. I would show it, but it's a mess right now because I keep getting planners. And I mean, we're not rich by any means, but you know, you go to the store and you're like, oh, hey, $5 for this planner. I don't have this one. Maybe I'll actually fill it in. Let me get it. And then a couple months pass and I'm like, well, okay, that one was a January start and I didn't start in January, so I can't possibly fill it in. They have this mid-year planner. Let me grab that one. And before I know it, I've amassed an enormous mountain of planners. I mean, a couple of years ago, we wanted to start a garden, and we did, which was fantastic. So I got a garden planner, and it's adorable. It's got all these inserts. It's super cute. It has a little pocket so you can put your seed information in it, and I didn't use it, so now I've just got this completely empty, adorable garden planner. I've got Nintendo. So we play the Switch a lot, me and my kids, and accumulatively we get points for purchasing games. What you can do with that is you can get physical items as little prizes, or you can get digital items, or you can use those points to like join sweepstakes. What did I do with it? I used it to get a planner. And it's a whole 3-year journal, right? And it's Mario themed. It's incredibly cute. And the only way I'll mess this up is if I don't use it before 2000 something, which obviously I'll be dead before 3000. However, it's another planner, and I was like, I don't have a Mario planner, and how great that I can start it whenever. I never did. I didn't. I don't know. There's so many fitness planners. I have a crafting planner. I don't know if I can grab it without making too many noises. Let me see. Because I love Happy Planner. I saw this one and just knew that I absolutely had to have it because I did a couple of years ago have my own business, and I wanted to track literally everything. So I got this Miss Maker Happy Planner, and it's adorable. It's so freaking cute, and it's great, and it's crafting based. Each divider is just it's super cute, and I want to use it, but I'm so scared that I'm gonna mess it up. And I just, like, I don't even sew or stitch or anything, but look how cute. So I got it because I wanted it. And on top of that, there was a sale. Sorry for the noise. But I bought the extension pack for it too, so you can see that I instead of using it, I was writing on papers. Sorry for the noise. Okay, so I have all that. Then there's a whole drawer of just fitness-based planners, and I want to use them. I do, but at the same time, I'm so scared of messing them up. So I bought the iPad so I can use the digital, so that I can erase and plan, and it's undated, so I can use it to my heart's content, and hopefully that'll solve some of this. And then maybe I'll just, I don't know, list up the good planners, like the undated ones on Mercari. Maybe I'll just donate it. Who knows? Somebody can repurpose each of the dashboards. I don't know. I know that I have dreams and I have goals. Oh, excuse me. But I don't know how to put that on paper without getting OCD about it, and I just don't want to mess it up. Which is why the dry erase boards are great. And I had a whole revelation about it, texting her, and it was like a slideshow of shame. Each page out of the planner covered in its sticky notes, and then the dry erase boards, and then the digital, and I just sent it all and was like, this is normal, haha, this is how I track things. And then I sat and I thought about it. That's not normal. You shouldn't have that many trackers and planners. So I'm hoping with that I can, I don't know, get some sort of peace out of it. Oh, give me, the coffee is not working. So while I was going over all of this, I was trying to figure out, like, why. Let's go over the why. And I remember that in school, I was absolutely fascinated and blown away when they brought in and introduced agendas. And they had you write down, I've got a spelling bee in 3 days, and you would write down the words that you need. Or I've got a math test on times tables here in a week. And using that as a child that moved, back and forth every other weekend between households, and then sometimes through the week, it fascinated me. Having everything written down nice and tidy was perfect. And year after year, we would get those agendas, and I would consistently use them. I might have one somewhere from being in school. And then one day, or 1 year, they stopped doing it, and I was devastated. But I found out you can buy them in the store, and I think that that's where it started, was in school with the agendas. And then I would buy them and get them and use them. Bless you. And then here I am at my age now, and just overwhelmed. I mean, it's not that I don't use, I use the dry erase ones. I update the ones in the hall for the kid. I update the one by the door, and we use the family calendar consistently. The digital, I'm still need to work on using and transferring things to. Goodness. I don't know. I guess I'll get it figured out. I don't know. I know that I said OCD. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, my husband asked me if I had ever been tested for like ADHD or OCD or anything like that. And no, I hadn't. So one of the times that I went to my doctor, I jokingly brought it up. She was like, oh, I assumed you knew that you had ADHD. And I was like, no. And she was like, can you describe to me what tasks are like for you at home? So then I went ahead and told her about the one that bothers my husband the most is me washing dishes. I like when he helps, but he doesn't help in the way that I would have done it. So I don't let him wash the dishes. And then at their age, as a kid, I was washing dishes. My siblings were washing dishes. I cannot let my kids do the dishes. We don't have a dishwasher yet. Maybe when we move, if we ever move, I would love to have, whatever weather is coming in is really messing with me. I would love a dishwasher, but I don't live in the type of house to have a dishwasher. It just would not fit. But that is a goal for one day. Anyways, so I'm the one that does the dishes. Hand wash. Don't let the kids do it. Don't let my husband do it. It's nice when he helps, but it's got to be done the right way. And I told her about how, sorry, I was getting a phone call. I told her about how when I do them, that I don't let anybody else do them out of fear of having dirty dishes, and that just might be past trauma and eaten at a certain house and knowing that the dishes were dirty. I still can't take a cup out of the pantry, even though I've washed them, and not just, sniff. I need to make sure it doesn't smell like milk. I need to make sure that this is my coffee cup for today. I need to check and make sure there's no rings inside of it. And I sniff. I can't help it. And honestly, I think my sister still does. And she's older than me, and still at our age, we check the dishes. It is what it is. So the fear of having dirty dishes is what prevents me from letting the kids do it. I don't think it's a control freak thing. I think I grew up and I experienced trying to eat dinner, and then I realized there's pieces of food on the plate or whatever that were not from tonight, right? Or they were dried in just enough that I noticed that there's no way that that should be like that. So I guess out of fear, I do the dishes. The part about it is, I guess, where the OCD comes in, is I have a sponge for wiping the plate clean, cleaning it the first time. Then I have a sponge for really getting in there and cleaning it. And then I do also have a brush, which I have thankfully filtered that one out for the most part. Now, when it comes to cast irons, I will still scrub, and then we'll do the care for the cast iron. Even if I'm not doing the wash them 3 times, it is now 2 times, which is better. Now that it's been pointed out to me and I can realize, oh, okay, I've already washed it twice. It's clean, rinse it off, put it in the drainer. I described all of that to the doctor, and she immediately started scribbling things and was telling me that, yeah, she thinks I have OCD. But in my mind, OCD was always, I don't want to offend anybody, but this is how it was explained to me, especially in school. Like, this is how you're told. If you don't have ADHD, you're a girl, or you don't have OCD, you don't turn the light switch on and off 3 times before you leave, or you don't have OCD, or you don't mind going through the door first. The way that it was described to us in our classroom and then just by the adults around us was, OCD is when you turn the light switch on and off and on and off before you leave the house. It's making sure you've locked the door 6 times before you leave. It's body checking to make sure you have your keys in your purse multiple times, more than just going, oh, okay, I'm going out for the day, let me bring my things. That's what OCD was told to us that it was. Apparently, it can also be wearing your shoes. I'm looking down because this is me. I cannot walk around my house without shoes. Sure, physically, can I? Yes. But as soon as I'm up in the morning, I'm slipped into my Crocs, because those are my house shoes. Those are my comfort shoes. I slip into my Crocs, and then I will wear them all over the house. Obviously, if I'm leaving, I'll put on whatever appropriate shoes for the day, and out I go. But if I am just chilling on the couch, if I'm walking around doing chores, if I'm playing with my children, it's shoes all the time. During my pregnancy, it got to the point where I realized that was my life, that when my shoes came off, my body would immediately go, okay, shoes are off, it's time for bed, because shoes come off in bed, let's nap. And I would be sleeping on the couch and my husband would I'd be sitting on the couch and my husband wanted to help me because my feet were real swollen during my pregnancy. And he would take my shoes off, and then within not even 2 minutes, I was asleep and dead to the world on the couch. And it clicked that I have trained myself, unbeknownst to me, that when you have shoes on, you are up and you are busy. If you have your shoes off, it's because it's the end of the day and it's time to sleep. I didn't realize that was an OCD thing. Not going to the bathroom in public places because I'm concerned about germs is also a sign of it. Like, I would assume the shoes are just like the dishes, is walking around as a child and constantly having black bottoms of my feet, or feeling each individual piece of sand under my foot would drive me insane. Peeling the tags off my shirts, or making sure that I only buy shirts that have printed on labels. Honestly, that's what we're told autism is, you don't like the feeling of your inside of your skin. That doesn't bother me. It's the sewn part of a sock. If that gets under my toenail, I rage. I have to wear my socks inside out. I have to wear my shoes around my house. I have to wash the dishes multiple times just to make sure they're done. Anytime I get a cup out of the pantry, I've got to sniff it. Like, it all comes into itself, right? So when I explained that to the doctor, she was like, oh, yeah, not only are you ADHD, but I would say that you have OCD. And we started medication for ADHD, and things have gotten a little bit better. I still do sniff my cup wear my shoes, wear my socks inside out. Like all of that, none of that's changed. As far as the ADHD medication, I'm remembering things a little bit better, but I still need the planners. Like I still need to track everything. And none of that ever crossed my mind until somebody pointed it out. So here we are today with my iPad on the way, physical planner with sticky notes because of fears, and then all of the planners or calendars surrounding me. And I'm sitting here going, dang, maybe that's not normal. So I think when I get off this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to officially take down the reminder boards and then move all of the information I have on the family calendar to the digital calendar and load up into a box all the planners I don't use. And maybe I'll get real wild and I'll open a sticker pack and I'll put a sticker in my book. Maybe I'll do that. It's just because it's okay to let them go. I don't need to have them and tell myself I'm going to use them. Maybe what I need to do is just stick a sticker in my planner and get it started. Because yeah, it's a new year, right? And while January is just about over, it's okay to not start on the 1st of January. Maybe you can start in the middle of the month. And hey, February 1st is coming up. So maybe I can unlearn some of the things that I've unconsciously taught myself. So I guess until then, today was just a look at what I've learned rant video, I guess. Yeah. I feel overwhelmed and I feel like there's a weight on my shoulder, and I feel like maybe I've gotten off topic a couple of times, but all in all, I think this is good for me. I think realizing it and looking around and seeing it is going to help. So I'll do that. I'll sign off and get started on getting rid of some of those and moving things all together. So until then, bye.